alongside it as well.
So you both have added something very special to each game's coverage and something very different, I think. So let's start with tonight. Kyle Teel is expected to make his Major League debut. Connor, I'll ask you to answer first, and then Brooke, you can follow, because Connor, how does he fit into this mix, and what role do you expect him to play, whether it's behind the plate as a DH or at first base? And Brooke, going back to your interview with him in spring training, what kind of personality does he bring to that White Sox clubhouse as a young guy who is, one of the big guys in terms of their planning for the future? We'll start with Connor.
Listen, thanks for the tee-up. Tune in for the pregame show with Chuck and Ozzy, and don't miss a minute, because I think I don't know yet. It's going to be very interesting to see. Here's a couple of things. One, Teal's played a little first, played a little outfield, and Will Venable has been very clear that they see him as a catcher going forward. He has also been pretty clear that three-catcher mix isn't really something they've talked about a whole lot. I happen to think, and this is just, if I'm building a baseball, I happen to think you probably could, with this roster currently, roll with three catchers, and Corey Lee, and Edgar Carroll, and Kyle Teel, work some things out in terms of roster flexibility. You got the DH spot. I think you could do that pretty well with the outfielders you have in the mix as well. It is also pretty true that Edgar Carroll's been, batting a little bit at the plate. If you want to do a swap for swap in terms of young catchers, that would be fine. Because the thing is, while you've got catchers and you need time behind the plate to develop, you do have that time to develop in AAA as well. The White Sox have been using that time with Kyle Teel here. He is crushing AAA pitching, and it's entirely possible they use that the other way. I think it's catcher first going forward for Teel. How they open up that mix is going to be a fascinating thing to find out here over the next 8-9 hours.
Yeah, and to kind of go off of what Connor said there, obviously what he brings to the field, but just the energy in the clubhouse. And, David, I had an opportunity to sit down and talk with him during spring training, and you could get that right off the bat. You hear Chris Getz talking about how much pitchers love throwing to him just because of who he is, and that's the type of energy you want from your catcher. You want a guy that you can feed off that energy, you can feed off of him and what he brings behind the dish. And so, Sean Burke was even taking DJ lessons from him, when he came over, and so he calls himself DJ Bass Monkey, and just what he brings to the clubhouse. Yes, this is real, guys. This is real. He does have, I guess you call it a DJ board or a mixer or whatever you want to call it. I'm not an expert here, but he does put on shows in the clubhouse. So, if he's up here, maybe we'll see DJ Bass Monkey make an appearance.
Wow, that's inside baseball right there.
Bass Monkey.
Yeah, who knew?
I love it. That's hilarious.
Oh, that's hey, I'm all for it. I heard them say on the broadcast yesterday, and Connor, you can start with this one, that Josh Palacios is going to be the guy that's wired, and they were very excited about it because they say that he's one of the big personalities in the clubhouse, and I was kind of I don't know that I've heard him talk, and I guess he went to the High School of Telecommunication Arts and Technology in his hometown of Brooklyn, New York. So maybe he's trained for this. Can you tell me something about that guy, Connor? And should I be looking forward to this as much as they kind of teased me yesterday?
I think so. Here's the fun one. Josh Palacios is, first of all, I'm glad that we're getting him this Friday. Josh is a diehard Knicks fan, so he's had some time to get over what it was. He's good. He's ready to go. I think he dealt with the grief in the way he needs to. So that's a big thing. He and John Trippin have really bonded over that and a common background and stuff. So you're going to get that on the broadcast as well, which is really cool. Josh is and Molly, this is listen, you and I worked together for a good long while. You are a walking cup of coffee, my friend. You are just in the room and firing things up. This is Josh Palacios to this White Sox clubhouse. He is a walking cup of coffee. He is high energy. He's high positivity. He's that kind of guy. He's the guy that keeps it light. And I think it'll be a really fun thing for White Sox fans to see, because as much as, in my opinion, with these mic'd up situations, whether they're, like our Friday Night All Access or throughout the year on Major League broadcasts, you don't necessarily want the guy that's going to get, in the middle of things. You can get tightened up a little bit. Palacios lives relaxed. This dude is like an easy fit pair of jeans. This is going to be a very good thing for him and a very natural approach to the ball game.
Brooke,
this is a guy from Brooklyn. Like, this is a guy that has some swag to him, and so when you get that right off the bat as soon as you talk to him, and so he's into fashion, he's got great style. Like, you guys are gonna have a lot of fun. And to what Connor was saying before, like, this is great. This is giving you access. Molly, you said you didn't think he had, he was a little shy. Maybe he didn't have a big personality. So this is that opportunity for you guys to see what he's all about.
Brooke, I want to compliment you yesterday after dodging the Gatorade shower with Tim